safety cases and reports. All higher risk buildings, so that's buildings at least 18 metres height or 7 stories, now have to maintain a safety case and maintain a safety case report to the building regulator. And that has to be managed by the accountable person who has to identify and assess building safety risks within their building and take all reasonable steps to ensure they're reduced and controlled. The safety case report needs to demonstrate how fire and structural safety risks that could lead to a major incident are being managed, and it needs to be kept within the golden thread. So those within existing buildings need to prevent safety risks occurring and reduce the severity of those risks. The risks are limited to fire and structural failure, so they don't cover things like mold, for example, but they do cover things like combustion, smoke, fumes, and heat. Anyone responsible for a higher risk building needs to register their building with the safety regulator, perform the risk assessment, introduce measures to manage their safety risks, and prepare a report. We have guidance forthcoming in August this year on safety cases, which will cover the legislation, who does what, so roles and responsibilities, some of the legal issues, how to carry out a building assessment, and the recommended recommendations for what's in a safety case report and safety case. The safety case itself is all the information needed to manage the risk of a fire and the structural safety of a building, and how the principal accountable person is preventing fire spread and structural failure of the building or limiting its consequence. And the safety case report is the document which summarises that safety case. So the regulator is not providing a template for a safety case report, but it has issued a very useful guide, assessment of applications for building assessment certificates, which does give very good guidance. And if you follow that, the contents of a safety case report should be general information. So who's produced the report, description of the building, risk assessments, safety management systems, what the emergency arrangements are, mandatory reporting system, how residents' voices and concerns are heard, how all reasonable steps have been taken to mitigate risk, any ongoing work to deal with building issues, a summary of the safety case, and we recommend an information schedule. So in terms of the roles and responsibilities, the principal accountable person, so the building owner, is responsible for the safety case report. They're responsible for registering the building as well and the certificate assessment application, but they can delegate the powers to produce the report over to a safety case lead author. We then recommend that there is an information manager, because the report must go into golden thread of information. There will be a design team looking at the risks, a facilities manager or building safety manager who is aware of the building and can liaise with the tenants. And the preparation of the report may also require a risk professional, because the risk assessment process is fairly new to the profession. So in terms of what a structural engineer would do and input, they would provide the structural information, carry out the risk assessment on structural risks in conjunction with other disciplines, describe the measures to protect key structural elements, including fire protection, vehicle barriers, things like that. Record the maintenance and inspection requirements, so for example, fire protection, input into the safety case report, report any significant issues via the mandatory reporting system, and ideally any minor issues through the voluntary reporting system.